Hello, friends. So, it's been kind of a minute. It is like the very end of January, and I don't know what is going on. I have not picked up my camera literally since the first when I filmed my journaling video, which was my last video if you did not catch that one. Basically, my life has been a little crazy because we, as you guys might know, have been searching for a car. Our car that we've had since like 2017 has been giving us just like a lot of issues, and it just hasn't been reliable. It was registered in Illinois because that's where Chris is from. He switched all his licensing and stuff over to Missouri, and the difference between Illinois and Missouri is that Illinois does not require safety and emissions. Literally all we would have to do is just go get our sticker changed. So now we can no longer keep renewing our plates in Illinois when he has a Missouri license. So yeah, our car has too many issues, unfortunately, to renew it here in Missouri. And we're also just like so sick of not having a car that is reliable enough to take us to Southern Illinois and take it on road trips. It's honestly been scary enough even just driving it around town. Because the last that we had it diagnosed, the last time it broke down on us, we had an engine misfire and we got our spark plugs changed, and knock on wood, it's been running fine ever since, but they did tell us that we likely have a cracked head gasket or something along the lines of that. Our car wouldn't like overheat or anything like that. It wasn't like blowing smoke, like whatever. So I'm not fully sure that it really does have a head gasket issue, but it's been lingering in the back of our minds and really stressing us out because that's obviously a really big fix. And then at the same time, they also diagnosed why our ABS and traction control lights have always been on. And then also, we have pretty much never had heat or AC in that car. It went out like a couple months after we bought it, and just this winter the defrost also stopped working. Let me tell you guys, we have been in like dangerously cold temperatures here in Missouri, and we also were just recently hit with an ice storm, and we've had snow, and it has been awful dealing with all of that in our car. You know, dealing with like no AC in the summer is really rough. Dealing with no heat is a little less rough than the AC. It still sucks, but not having defrost was like our final straw that we were like, we literally just can't. We can't do this. And instead of sinking money into fixing our car, being able to get it registered in Missouri, we're like, we just need to use that money for a down payment on a new car. So that's exactly what we did. I'm so excited. So this video is basically just to say that we did in fact buy a car. It has been a long couple of weeks getting there. A lot of used car lots can be a little sketchy, and you know, it's also just like a really big decision to buy a car and to make sure that you're getting a good deal on something, to make sure that it is a good car. So we knew that we for sure, like, top of the wish list was a Subaru, and we actually were looking at like older Subaru Outbacks, like kind of early to mid 2000s. The first Subaru we ever went to look at was like a 35-minute drive away. We got there first thing in the morning when they opened, and the Subaru we had went to look at was I'll pop up a picture on the screen for you guys because I'm still a little sad about this, but it was a like 2005, I believe it was like the Impreza Sport, so it was kind of like a mix of an Impreza and an Outback, and it was just the coolest looking car. It was like a dark green color. We were in love with it. So we were really disappointed when we got there and the guy said, oh yeah, it literally just sold last night. We were like, no. But this place had like 5 or 6 other Subarus. So we went for like our next top pick that he had there and took it for a test drive, and it just like didn't feel great. It wasn't the smoothest driving car. It was making a little bit of weird noises. And also, not to mention that the Subaru that we test drove, I looked in the glove box and found all of these receipts from all of the work that it had done on it, which was great. But the last time it had been taken to the shop, very similarly to the car that we have now, it had head gasket issues. It needed an axle replaced, and there were like other just like little things that we were like, nope, glad we found that, because what if we would have bought that car? That would have been awful. We looked under the hood of another Subaru that he had there, And that one was like a really, really great option, but the battery was completely corroded. So we were like, okay, probably no to that one. I mean, that's not like, maybe that's not the worst fix ever, but we just really didn't want to buy a car that needed work, you know? Oh, I forgot to mention, the same day, the first day that we looked at those first couple of Subarus, we went to another place after that because they had an Impreza, and the freaking lot was so packed with cars that we were like squeezing in between them to even get to the Impreza. And then when he started it up, it made the loudest noise, and he was like, oh, it needs power steering fluid, be right back. Topped it off, and it still didn't sound great. And he was like, yeah, there might be a leak, but mechanically there is nothing wrong with this car. This is a great car. And we were like, that's a red flag. It was a really, really nice Impreza, and that was like kind of like, we really wanted like an Outback, we really wanted an Impreza because those are like, we thought would be really good sizes. The Imprezas are kind of smaller, so it's a little more similar to the Yaris that we have now. But we just got like a really bad vibe, and we were like, no. Went home, started looking up reviews of this place, which I know I probably should have done that beforehand, but this is the first time literally since 2017 that we've looked for a car, and you know, I'm a little fresh to this. So go home, look up all the reviews. Terrible reviews on both places, especially that first place we went, review after review being like, he sold me a lemon, my car broke down right after I took it home. And we were like, oh my gosh, so glad we didn't go with that. So the search continued, and you know, it was kind of grueling looking online literally every single day, checking cars.com, Carfax, Facebook Marketplace, just like religiously. It was constant. We found another Outback that was literally the exact same as the one that we test drove, same year, just like a slightly different color, but like almost the same amount of mileage and everything. But the Carfax on this one looked way better, because that was another thing. On top of looking at reviews of the place, my mom kind of walked me through like looking at the Carfax, and the Carfax report on the Impreza at that second place we went, y'all, it was bad. My man's was using that to drag race in for sure. Like the amount of work that he had done to that thing, and it was not like normal maintenance at all. So yeah, and then the other one, like I said, we had already seen like receipts and then confirmed that on the Carfax, and we were like, oh my gosh, we're so glad we did not go through with any of these so far. But finding the exact same Subaru that we had found at the first place, but in way better condition, we were like, okay, that's gonna be top of our list. I had all these other cars saved at all these other places, but I was smart. I looked up reviews of this place. I extensively looked at the Carfax before even deciding to go look, because I didn't want to waste our time. And luckily everything was looking good. So this past weekend we went and test drove that one, and then to our surprise they also had a Subaru Forester, which we like definitely kept Foresters in mind, but they almost felt like a little like too nice for us, because a lot of them are newer, and they also, to us, we thought that they were bigger, but after test driving both, we realized that the Outbacks are like long, which makes them feel really big, even though they're like lower to the ground. And like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I mean, I guess Outbacks technically are SUVs, but in my head I've always thought of them as like being a little closer to a sedan, where the Forester like looks like an SUV, but getting in it and driving around in it, because it's not as long and it's really just like taller and kind of boxy, it felt incredible. So yeah, we test drove the Outback and we did really like it, but it wasn't like the smoothest driving car ever, but aesthetically we liked how it looked better, and you know, it just like, we were like, this is definitely a top choice for us. And then the guy was like, well, you guys were looking at the Forester, do you want to test drive that? And we were like, sure, might as well. But it was like really not even that much on our radar. But as soon as I got in that car, you guys, I just like felt it. I knew. And Chris and I kept saying that like we weren't going to get a car unless we had that feeling that we just knew. I hopped in it and I immediately looked over at him and I was like, oh my God. And so then I like got out, hopped in the passenger seat, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna test drive this thing. Like we need to, we might as well just see how it feels. And it felt so much smoother. And like I said, like being in that one, it oddly did not feel as big. Like it feels roomy because you're like sitting high up, it's super tall, but it's just not like as long. And so like I felt like, I don't know, it just felt right. being in it. And so we were like, okay, like let's go inside and talk more about these two cars. You know, there are other ones that we're interested in, but like let's just see what we can do about these two because these are our top picks. And I swear the universe just like was on our side for this one. We didn't even get approved for the Outback because of how old it was, but we did, to our surprise, get approved for the Forester. And we were like, huh? Because we thought it would be the other way around because the older one was cheaper, yada yada yada. And we have never like had to apply for a loan on a car before, and so like we didn't even know if we would get approved at all. We didn't want to get our hopes up too much, and we just had no idea what to expect. But it was like so, I don't want to say easy, but like it just all like worked out, and we were like, okay, all right. So we gave it a day to think on it, figure out like how much exactly we were gonna put on our down payment. He did like tell us when we got pre-approved like how much our payments were gonna be and stuff, and so we were like, we need to figure out a way to get that down, son. We were just like working out all the nitty-gritty about it. So that was Saturday. Monday, we planned to go back and talk to him some more, and we got hit with an ice storm. Chris got called off work, but the roads cleared up by like the afternoon, and so we called up there and we were like, hey, we have the day off, like can we come up and talk to you more about this Forester? And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, we're closed for the day, but you guys can come back, you know, tomorrow evening once you get off work. So we didn't go back until Tuesday. And Tuesday, you know, we were kind of haggling a bit, trying to get the price down, not on the car, but like the monthly payments, and figure out like warranties and plan out like for our insurance and stuff like that. Just really like figure out the budget, try to get the lowest possible price for the car. And we were able to haggle a lot better than I expected, actually. And it just like, again, all worked out so smoothly. But because we got there so late, even though we like started getting a move on things and whatever, decided to go through with it, for one, we still needed to go to the bank and get all of the cash out for the down payment. And for two, everywhere was already closed. So on his end, even though he was getting like the loan approval going and everything, and like we knew we would get it, he wasn't able to like fully finalize things. So we had to go back another night. Finally, you guys, as of Thursday night, we went, we gave the down payment, we signed off on everything. We got it. We got the fucking Subaru Forester, and I can't believe it. It is a 2011 Subaru Forester in a very like dark gray color. Oh, beautiful. I love her. I will be showing her to you guys later in this video, but I did want to just like pay homage to our Yaris, because although girly has so many issues, I still love that car so much, and I'm honestly having a really hard time with parting with her. I think just because of like how long we've had it, how many places it's taken us. It has taken us to North Carolina and back. It has taken us to Chicago and back a few times. It's taken us to southern Missouri a couple of times to go like to the Ozarks. It's taken us to southern Illinois, where Chris is from, countless times. Like truly, I could not even count how many times we took a trip down there in that thing. And then just like general exploring, because Chris and I are the type of people that just like get in our car and go, like don't even use maps. We just drive and explore and see what we come across. I mean, that car has truly, like, we put some miles on that thing, y'all. Oh my god. And you know, honestly, all of the work that it has needed has been pretty typical stuff, but some of it has been really expensive. Like we had to change the wheel bearings, you know, we obviously, again, this is very like normal maintenance, but like getting new tires, getting oil changes regularly, new brakes, new rotors, like that shit adds up. We have put so much money into that car, but we really tried to take good care of it, because despite all the issues that it had, you know, like with the no AC, also something else I didn't mention was that the horn went out, we have hubcaps missing, like the list goes on, okay? But we really did try our best to take good care of that car, because it was the nicest car either of us had ever had. And this Forester is like a crazy big upgrade from that. But like, I just like, I love the Yaris so much, and I'm just so thankful for how long it lasted, how well it lasted us. Like, even though the last like year has not been reliable, because you know we couldn't afford to like fix the head gasket, fix the ABS, etc, etc, man, that thing truly was a fantastic car. truly fantastic. So I did want to show you guys a little tour of her before we part with it, because we weren't able to trade it in because of how many miles it has, and I think if he would have heard even half the issues, he would have been like, no thanks. We have a couple of options. Chris's coworker is interested, but we might see if like his dad could help us with selling it. We'll see. We've never sold a car before, so we're like, we don't even know how to do it, especially when it's like all registered in Illinois. Like, it's gonna be interesting. So we have a lot to figure out with that, and we do still currently have it until further notice. So I figured before she's gone, I wanted to really show her off to you guys and just have this timestamp to look back on and be like, oh, our old Yaris, gotta love her. I think she could keep going for till 300,000 miles plus. As long as you put the work into it, she can keep running, because she runs fine now. Like, honestly, she's just not reliable for like long drives until it's fixed. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I think if you put the work into her, she can keep going for a very long time. Toyotas are fantastic cars, man. She also, oh my gosh, she's so good on gas. Gets like over 30 miles a gallon. 30 miles per gallon? Yeah. Something crazy like 32, 35, I think. I don't know. It's just so good. And like, even with how crazy gas prices have been, we can throw 20 bucks in her and she's pretty much full. Like, crazy. So we will really miss that, honestly. Also, the Yaris we did buy in full for like $4 grand. It had under 100,000 miles on it at the time, and we got it in 2017. Now in 2024, it has like 211,000 miles on it. I'm just yapping. I'm so sorry. This is like the longest intro ever, but I just wanted to like really give a lot of backstory and just kind of like talk about our situation, tell the story of like how we got this car. Anyways, I guess without further ado, let's go look at her. I will warn you guys, she is a little dirty. I cleaned it when we first started our car search, but because of like the snow and everything, she has definitely gotten pretty dirty again. So be warned, but I am gonna be completely like deep cleaning it and like detailing it before we pass it on to somebody else. But yeah, also just a disclaimer, we will be selling it for very cheap, and we will be disclosing everything to whoever buys it so that they know what needs to be fixed and, you know, can potentially get it good to go for being registered and fully legal and everything like that. I promise that we are going to be very honest and very easygoing about it. So let's go take a look at her, shall we? I tell y'all what, we also we only have the one key for our Toyota, and the amount of times that we have locked this one key in that car and had to call AAA. Embarrassing. And it's really crazy to have both a Toyota and a Subaru key on my keys, because like, what even is this even real life? Like, the two, in my personal opinion, best cars on one keychain. Insane. I'm really gonna miss her, man. This is also gonna be slightly difficult to show you guys without showing too much, so bear with me on the filming. So here she is in all of her glory. As you can see, she is pretty dirty, and we have sticker bombed the absolute shit out of it. We put the smiley face sticker on the gas pump. Yo, this used to be yellow. Like, what the hell? Let's do a sticker tour. This one used to say wishing I was fishing. It is completely you can't even see anything. It's just gone. We have a Pine Grove sticker with a little bug friend down here. This thing's peeling off so bad. I'm gonna be really sad to not have that anymore. We have a toy machine sticker. This was a Polaroid sticker. You can just barely see that. We have a Thrasher sticker up here, which is also like crumbling off. We used to have a, I don't remember. We used to have a sticker in this corner, but it also eventually came off. We have Euclid Records. We have a Grateful Dead bear with a foot missing. Over here we have I Love Bigfoot, I Love Trees, Great Smoky Mountains from when we took our road trip there, Live, Laugh, Love Toyota, another Grateful Dead sticker. This is funny because like I grew up on the Grateful Dead, but we do not like listen to them. Live, Laugh, Love Yaris, Infinity Skate Shop, Skate John. This was a skate like zine company, and Chris had his photos in it, so we threw that on the car. An Equality sticker, Electric Mayhem, that is my tattoo shop, Record Exchange, Natural Woman. We just thought that was funny, honestly. Modest Mouse, of course, next to Alex G, of course, our two most listened to artists ever, along with Pine Grove. Vintage vinyl, we have some Mushrooms, Spitfire, Majas. This is where we got Sir Prince and a Planet Score records. I'm gonna be so sad to let her go, man. On this side of the car, we do have both of our hubcaps. Here she is from the front. There's always bug guts stuck on the front of the car because of how much we drive in like the country. It just doesn't come off. I've tried, y'all. On this side, we have both hubcaps missing. She has a few dents, nothing crazy. We've never been in an accident, but like those were already there whenever we got the car. I feel like somebody has like sideswept us or something, because that has also just like gotten worse. But none of the windows are tinted or anything like that. She is very, very, very basic. It's like this car is as basic as it gets, but let's go ahead and hop in her, shall we? We don't have like a button. Look how dirty it is. Oh my god. I wanted to show that yes, our maintenance required light, that is the light that comes on when we need an oil change. And the last like 3 times we've gotten our oil change, they just haven't reset that. So that is like always on now. And then yeah, there's our traction control light and the ABS light that is always on. Something really like different about this car is that everything is in the middle, like the speedometer, the odometer, the time, everything like that. But yeah, here she is at 211,964. That's nuts. Oh my gosh. I love the black interior, honestly, because as you can see, it gets dirty in here. Like, I swear to God, I just deep cleaned this car like 3 weeks ago and it already looks like this. So love that for us. As you can see, none of that works at all. There's these like cubbies right here, and there's no cup holders in the middle of the car. They're actually right here, which is so weird. Whenever we first got this car, I remember that like it took us like over a day to figure out where the cup holders were, because those were closed and we just like didn't even know. The floor, as you can see, all the way through to the metal there. I did just clean all of the trash out of here, but we always keep change right here, always keep the tire pressure thing there. Oh my gosh, it's so dirty. I can't believe I'm showing you guys this. In the back right now, it's completely empty. This comes down, I mean, I guess you could put one drink there, but we like never have anybody in the back seat, honestly. We usually have a blanket laid across the back seats, but I did just take that in to wash it. We have a cup holder there. This thing is hanging on for dear life. Also, we would always have our CDs in here because it does have an aux cord, but we could like never get it to really work. And so we've just always used CDs, and we will continue to do that, honestly. But as you can see, the cover part of this is missing. We had sticker bombed it, and then one day it broke, and we were like, whatever, and just threw it away. And it was honestly kind of nice to be able to just like reach in without having to open that to get to our CDs. And then this is a little device that I bought off Amazon in the last couple of weeks to get through while we still had this car. It's a little like portable heater for your car that we pretty much just used for defrosting, because the whole inside of all of our windows were iced over. Like, it was so bad. The more recent additions, we did put these kitties back on there. We used to keep them like up on this part, and they would always slide around and stuff, and I was like, this is not safe. So they have been chilling back there. I think it's really cute. We also, as you can see, always keep things on our like dash down here. We got this guy in the Shawnee, just a little meditating Bigfoot. We didn't even like intend to keep him in the car. We just never took him inside. We've got acorns. We've always kept crystals right here. We've pretty much always had these 3. Just always foraging and collecting things on our adventures and just like keeping them in the car. We have a slightly different dash situation, so we won't be able to keep like the taller things, but I'm definitely still gonna do like crystals and acorns and maybe even like some dried flowers or something like that. Maybe a bone. We'll see. We'll just see like what we forage. I really want to like start fresh with this new car and like break it in naturally. I don't want to just like move over everything from this car, you know what I mean? I think that's really pretty much it. Yeah, you can definitely see that we have smoked in this car. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it that I have to show you guys. I could like pop the trunk. The seats do obviously, of course, like come down. Having like a regular trunk and not a hatchback has been not the greatest for us, because for one, we don't like use it regularly. What we typically do is we throw things in the trunk, forget about them for months. Like, we used to just leave like most of our camping gear just in our trunk all of the time, which we do not do anymore, by the way. We're definitely a lot smarter with that sort of thing. But yeah, like, also, you know, the typical story of like, you throw your bags of shit to donate in the trunk and you forget about it for the next 6 months. Like, that is very much us. He is at work right now. He has the car, so I can't really show that to you guys right now, but I will in the next clip be showing you guys the new car, the new upgrade. If you guys would like to see me detailing this car, I will probably actually film that for TikTok, so make sure you follow me over there, because I promise, I swear I'm gonna clean this guy really, really good, okay? Okay, I will see you guys in the next one, in the new car. Okay, y'all, it has been far too long. We have had our new car for like, I think 2 weeks, maybe close to 3 now. I thought I would go ahead and give you guys a tour. I'm sorry it's been so long, but here she is. We got a 2011 Subaru Forester. As you can see, it's a little dirty because we have been driving it a lot, but it's like a dark gray, like granite type of color. We have freaking remote key entry, which is insane. Then we did still like leave the plastic in the car because we knew that with like the winter weather, we just did not want to like get it super dirty already. But here she is, y'all. I'm hopping in so I can show you guys all the features. So it is like a leather interior, or like a pleather, I guess. It's, you know, like a gray kind of almost taupey color, which has been really nice. I did not think I would want leather seats at all in a car, but it's gonna be so easy to clean. They're in really good shape. We also have heated seats, dude, which is really, really nice. This car is like so spacious. We've never had a car this big before. It is so nice. Truly the nicest car we've ever had. We've got fancy things like rear wipers, and we can do phone calls inside of the car. All the buttons on the steering wheel is like so crazy. It's gonna be really nice to have cruise control for long road trips. We do actually have heat and AC. This is the first car we have ever had that actually has working heat and AC. So knock on wood that it does not go out on us anytime soon. But as you can see, we also have Bluetooth audio, so we can play music straight from our phones, but it does still have like CD and aux and everything like that, which is really nice because we are big like CD people. Something I love is the mirror shows which direction that we're driving in. I don't even know, honestly, what all of these fancy features do. We have a little sunglass compartment, and then my favorite thing about this car is our giant sunroof. It's so freaking nice, and as you guys can see, I don't want to show like too much, but we have the biggest windows in this car, so it is so easy to see everything. And oh my gosh, just having the sunroof is so nice, and it does open all the freaking way. This has been really, really nice, especially because like days like today, the weather is super nice. It's like 60, almost 70 degrees out. This is incredible instead of rolling the windows down. And then in the middle compartment, this is where obviously we like charge our phone. This little area right here fits CDs perfectly. We have 2 cup holders here. I put crystals here. I wanted them to go on the dash right here, but they just slide around way too much, so I'll probably put like some foliage or something that we scavenge right there. But yeah, the crystals look really cute right there. And then this, as you can see, is like open, but when you pop it open, this is where like our aux cord plugs in. We have CDs, again, fits our CDs like quite perfectly actually. These are all our burnt ones, and then a few like actual ones we've bought. And then let's see what else. Each door obviously has a little cubby and has room to put a drink as well. The back, listen, I do have all of this stuff to donate in the back right now, but there's an armrest that comes down right there, and this flips over and has cup holders and some storage as well. But I think that's about it for the inside of the car. I want to show you guys the trunk as well. I had to come and grab some things out of the back, but I love that we have all of the original floor mats. And another thing too is that I love that we've got the
roof racks on our car. We need to get ones that go across that way because we can't have anything actually touch the roof because of the sunroof, but I think that's really nice. We can't wait to like kayak and shit. There is a Boston University sticker on the back of this. Not a sticker, it's a little decal, and I don't know how to get this off, so let me know, because we don't want this on our car. And we're trying to decide if we're really gonna put stickers on. If so, how many? Here's the back. So it also did come with this like tray that you can remove, which is so nice. Obviously there's like extra storage, there's some hooks, even another like cigarette outlet or whatever that's actually called. I don't actually know. More hooks here. There's even like a light back here and stuff. And then what's really nice is this actually opens up and there's like hidden storage. We also have, obviously, you know, our spare tire under there, and what else? Like a jack, all of that kind of stuff. And then what's really, really nice, and the biggest reason that we wanted a Subaru, the biggest reason we wanted more of like a hatchback SUV style car, is that the seats actually lay completely flat. So if we take this tray out, we could like fully camp out of the back of it. It's also gonna be so nice to like move furniture and stuff whenever I'm thrifting, or if we move in the future. So it's truly such a game changer to have this big of a car. We cannot wait to camp out of the back of this thing. We actually are planning a trip very soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's about it for the car, you guys. Like I said, it's a 2011 Subaru Forester. It has 131,000 miles on it. We're only the second owner. It's literally had one owner, which is so insane. And the guy who had it before us took incredible care of this car, you guys. Like, he was really, really, really on top of all of the oil changes, all the like regular maintenance that a car needs. On the Carfax, it did show that it's been serviced a lot, but when I looked through it, it was like all normal stuff, like literally on the dot when it needs to be done. I was shook. I was like, oh my gosh, we just got so lucky with this car. Like I said, it is truly the nicest car that we have ever had. So I'm just like feeling so incredibly grateful and so spoiled and so lucky. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And we are actually, as of today, selling our old car to a coworker for super cheap. One of Chris's coworkers, that is. Don't worry, he knows everything that's wrong with the car. He's fully prepared, but he doesn't have a car right now, so he's just like taking what he can get. And he also seems like the type of person that likes to kind of like work on cars himself, so it'll be a good little like project car for him and something to get him to and from work. So it all has worked out. I'm just so over the moon happy. So thank you guys so much for all of the support. You know, it would not be possible for us to be like living the life that we are living right now if it weren't for the support that we have from everybody. So I'm just like so grateful. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my silly little videos whenever I do actually upload. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate all the kind energy and all of the support that you guys have sent me over the years. I'm so grateful. So I love you guys so much. That was everything for the car tour. Make sure you subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. You know the drill. It's all down below. But yeah, I will see you guys very soon. I love you. Bye.